to another BuyBotPro video. Let's do a deep dive into the Manual Sourcing Accelerator, which is one of my favorite parts of BuyBotPro. I know that lots of our users really like this feature, and if you're new to BuyBotPro, if you're new to using the Manual Sourcing Accelerator actually, then this is going to be a great video for you, because I'm going to tell you everything I know about the Manual Sourcing Accelerator, everything that it does to give you a full breakdown of this feature so you can utilize it to the very best of its abilities. So this function will allow you to source and analyze at the same time. So two jobs done at once. Anything that we can do to condense the amount of time we spend doing something or cut corners or streamline or whatever is really good for you and your Amazon business. So the Manual Sourcing Accelerator can be used on any retailer or wholesaler site. Most of them it will work on. Okay, so this is bargainfox.com, and just a little hint to you, this is actually a really good site to source from, because clues in the name, there's lots of bargains to be had here, and I can see that straight away. This item was $8.95 and it's reduced to $2.91. What a significant saving we'd get on this particular item. So you know, as general sourcing rules go, things like that is a massive green flag for finding a good deal. So all we need to do to use the Manual Sourcing Accelerator is highlight the title of the item. Now, often this will mean visiting the item product page. Before we go any further with this, I just wanted to quickly mention that it's important to check your preferred marketplace setting in BuyBotPro. So whichever marketplace the Manual Sourcing Accelerator pops up with initially will depend on what you've selected in your settings here. Okay, so if I chose the US, the initial marketplace that will pop up where it's going to get all of its results from will be for the US, so .com. I've got UK selected, so it'll be for .co.uk. If I selected it for France, it'll be Amazon FR, and so forth. So it just depends which one we've selected there as to which one's going to pop up first. But if we do want to analyze in another marketplace and see the results for another marketplace, we still can. So highlight the title, right click, and select the BuyBotPro option right there, and then you'll have this panel pop up side by side with the item. Now, if you want to look at the results for this item and similar in other marketplaces, all you need to do is choose whichever marketplace from the selection above, and the results will refresh and change and show you the results for this item and similar in that marketplace. Now, don't worry if you do this and you don't see the item anywhere in the results. Sometimes it will appear a little bit further down the list depending on how it's listed on Amazon and so forth, how that comes across. Sometimes it might be a little bit further down. But if you don't see it whatsoever, that will be because the item doesn't exist on Amazon, which is completely normal. Sometimes it exists in some marketplaces and not others, and that's fine, that's normal, that's just how it goes, because not everything, believe it or not, is on Amazon. So that's a completely normal thing to have happen. So let's break down what it is that we are looking at here. So if you don't want the Manual Sourcing Accelerator up the entire time you are doing stuff, you can actually minimize it and open it back up using this arrow right here. What you can do as well is search for things in the search bar. So what a good idea for you can be is, if say I did a search on Bargain Fox for this particular brand and this brand only, and I've got loads of results there, I might just want to do a search in here as well at the same time. So then I have the two side by side, so I can then match any products in those results to those that have got a much higher price on Amazon, because then I can filter out which ones I actually want to go ahead and analyze, rather than just analyzing everything one by one and hoping it is selling for more and discovering that upon loading up the results for that individual item. So you could play it like that, and that just makes life a whole lot easier. In the results, you'll have the item image, the title for that product, which will expand as you hover over it, the rating for the product and the amount of feedback it's had, the buy box price of the item, the ASIN, which you can copy to your clipboard by clicking this button right here, and you can open it up on Amazon and view it in full. What you can also see as well is the BSR and in what category, the offer count, so how many people are selling this item, and how many have been purchased in the last month. Just to give you an idea quickly of how popular it is. What you can also do as well is export this list of results to a CSV file. Now you can use this list to reference, maybe it's just to give you an idea of similar things as well so you can remember them and some details about them in case you want to revisit some of the similar things in case they end up being deals as well. Choice is yours as to what you do with that info, and if you tap the BuyBotPro button you can open up BuyBotPro on the page right here, right now, and do a full-blown analysis without having to go anywhere. What you can also do is adjust the size of the Manual Sourcing Accelerator by dragging the end of the panel here, so just the edge of it, and you can expand that in case it is maybe getting in the way or you need to read something a bit further, so you can expand it out and it will be much bigger for you to read, and hopefully that just helps you out. If you do come across anything that you would like to see in the Manual Sourcing Accelerator implemented or something like that, you can use the feedback button here and submit some feedback to the developers. Other than that, that is essentially everything to do with the Manual Sourcing Accelerator. As a little extra bonus tip for you, you can actually use them in both Sellability and Profit Protector Pro. So the same principle applies here. If I just highlight this title, right click, I can actually open up BuyBotPro on the Profit Protector Pro page as well, which is really good as well if I just wanted to do a quick reanalysis of the product before I replenish, because maybe it's selling out really well through to Profit Protector Pro's efforts and I want to get more of it, but I just want to make sure it still actually works out just as good. So I can go ahead and do an analysis on this page here, and you can do the same for any item that you can see in Sellability as well, obviously by highlighting the title. But that is everything to do with the Manual Sourcing Accelerator. It is such a fantastic addition to BuyBotPro, and hopefully you find it useful as well for sourcing and analysing at the same time. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later.